Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I've come up with a new video and I'll be discussing a very important term in your auditing textbooks. If you read your practice manual in the old syllabus, inter, and you read your new syllabus study material for your inter and final, you might come across this term applicable financial reporting framework. And most of us are actually unaware of what it actually means, and it can actually help you if you understand this, and it can come as a question in itself, right? So let's get back and let's understand what this means in through this PowerPoint presentation in 3 steps. So first of all, let's understand the introduction step first. So basically guys, we all know that India follows accounting standards, and now we have moved towards Ind AS for standards for accounting, right? And the same way the UK follows International Financial Reporting Standards and the IAS, which is International Accounting Standards, right? And the United States follows US GAAP, which is also called as, basically the full form is Generally Accepted Accounting Policies. So US GAAP. So all these things, AS, Ind AS, IFRS, IAS, and US GAAP, they are different. They are little different, but all these are standards for the respective countries, right? For accounting. So basically, if I can say this in short, what are standards? Standards basically means a framework, a structure, right? So these are standards are basically frameworks, whereas accounting is also called as financial reporting. Those of you in final already know that accounts in final is called as financial reporting. So accounts can be called as financial reporting. So basically what I'm coming to conclude in this slide is that so all these AS, Ind AS, IFRS, IAS, US GAAP, all these are standards, means all these are framework for what? For accounting. But I said to replace accounting with financial reporting. So all these are framework for financial reporting, and therefore this can be termed as financial reporting framework, FRF, right? So basically all these AS, Ind AS, IFRS, IAS, and US GAAP, all these are frameworks for financial reporting and can be termed as financial reporting framework. So now let's go to the second slide. So basically what we came to conclusion in the last slide was financial reporting framework, correct? Now let's define this financial reporting framework before we understand what is applicable financial reporting framework, right? So basically financial reporting framework means simply these are the frameworks that can be used. These are the frameworks means standards, right? So these are the frameworks that can be used for the preparation and presentation of financial statements of an entity. So basically the financial reporting framework are those standards or frameworks that are used or that can be used for preparing and presenting the financial statements of an entity. And already we read the examples in the last slide. AS, Ind AS, US GAAP, IFRS, and IAS are examples of financial reporting frameworks. Now coming to the last slide, where we actually are going to learn the complete understanding of this term applicable financial reporting framework. All of you who have doubts can put up your comments in the comment section. I'll forward my WhatsApp number to you and you can contact me and connect to me directly. So basically let's understand this applicable financial reporting framework now. Basically this means FRF. FRF means financial reporting framework, as we discussed in the last slide. So it means the FRF that is adopted by the management. I already told you in my previous lecture when I defined auditing and introduced you to the subject of auditing that the makers of financial statements are the management CFO, correct? So applicable financial reporting framework is basically, it means the financial reporting framework that is adopted by the makers, that is the management, in what we read it earlier in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. Okay, till here now you understood. So basically the first half of the definition is very simple. It means the FRF that is adopted by the management in preparation and presentation of financial statements, and that is acceptable in terms of what? So basically each there is something called size of the company, size of the entity. So basically, and the nature of the entity, right? So basically, and this is acceptable, this framework will be acceptable to some companies based on the nature of activities. So based on the nature of entity, that framework will be acceptable to them. So that is what they are discussing here, that is acceptable in terms of nature of entity and objective of financial statements. So there are more 2 points here. So it means the FRF that is adopted by the management in the preparation and presentation of financial statements, and that is acceptable in terms of first one, nature of the entity. Second one, objective of financial statements. What is your objective behind producing these financial statements? So based on that, you can choose your FRF, correct? So basically, you're a person operating in India, you will generally go to INDS, getting it? And if you're in UK, you'll go for IFRS. So that will decide which framework you're going to go under. So basically, acceptable terms of nature of entity and objective of financial statements. And this is one half of the definition. Either it can be this, which is adopted with the management based on these two guidelines, right? Or it can be just simple as that. It can be required by the law and regulation. If the law is telling you or the regulations are telling you to follow this framework, then you have to simply follow that framework. So basically, putting it as a whole, what do you mean by applicable financial reporting framework? In simple terms, it means the financial reporting framework that is adopted by the management in the preparation and presentation of financial statements, and that is acceptable in terms of nature of the entity and objective of financial statements, or that is required by the law and regulations. Getting it? So thank you guys. Please like, subscribe and share my channel to everyone, and I hope this video was helpful. If anyone had a doubt on this topic earlier, I'm sure this would have been clear by now if you follow the video properly from the start. So guys, I'll be bringing up more videos soon. Keep supporting. Thank you. Bye.